Ants on the Diamond. It was a sunny afternoon in Antville, and the annual Ant Baseball Championship was about to begin. The whole ant colony gathered to watch their favorite teams, the mighty Antlanta Ants and the creepy crawlers, face off for the grand trophy, an enormous crumb of sugar. The teams took their places on the tiny baseball field, which was actually just a cleared patch of dirt under a picnic table. The bases were made from sunflower seeds, and the bat? It was a toothpick, of course. Leading the Antlanta Ants was their star player, slugger Anthony. He was known for his powerful hits that could launch a pebble-sized baseball straight into the next anthill. On the mound for the creepy crawlers was pitcher Andrew, who could throw a curveball so fast it looked like a tiny blur of ant legs. "Play ball," shouted the umpire, who was also an ant but wore a leaf as a hat to look official. The first pitch zoomed towards slugger Anthony. He swung the toothpick bat with all his might, and the ball went flying. It was a home run. Well, sort of. It landed right next to the picnic basket. The crowd of ants went wild, waving their antennae in excitement. Next up to bat was Tiny Timmy, the smallest ant on the team. He was so tiny that the bat looked more like a giant log in his hands. As the pitch came, Timmy closed his eyes, swung with all his might, and missed completely. The ball rolled by so slowly that Timmy could have run alongside it, but instead, he tripped on his own antennae and tumbled headfirst into the sunflower seed base. "Safe," shouted the umpire, though it was mostly out of pity. The game was intense. Andrew's fastballs whizzed past the Antlanta players, and slugger Anthony hit 2 more home runs. The creepy crawlers were crawling their way back into the game, though. Their star, Aunt Lena, was up to bat with bases loaded. She winked at the pitcher and then swung with her tiny legs. The ball soared high, higher than any ant had ever seen. It flew right into the picnic basket, hitting a human sandwich square on the mustard spot. The sandwich fell from the sky like a meteor, crashing onto the field. The ants scattered in every direction, screaming, "Sandwich attack!" But one brave ant, Coach Anthony Sr., stood tall. "Ants! We must work together. This is our moment. It's time for the ultimate play, the sandwich slide." The ants lined up in perfect formation and began pulling pieces of lettuce, cheese, and turkey from the sandwich. The bases were now covered in condiments, making them super slippery. As Aunt Lena slid toward home base, she zoomed past the mustard-covered second base, slid through the ketchup at third, and finally, splat! She landed on a giant pickle at home plate. "Home run," the crowd roared. And so, in a sticky, hilarious, and slightly mustard-scented finish, the creepy crawlers won the game. The ants celebrated by feasting on the leftover sandwich crumbs, even though Timmy accidentally got stuck in a blob of mayonnaise. As the sun set over Antville, the ants all agreed, it had been the greatest game of baseball they had ever played. And for years to come, the legend of the sandwich slide would be told at every ant picnic. The end.